So you guys absolutely killed it with the support on the last video, and as I promised, I am now going to be showing you what happens if you reach the very bottom and dark depths of the ocean in Grand Theft Auto 5. So that's right, we're continuing our series. We've moved horizontally, we've gone up, and now the only direction to go is down, and we're going to be discovering what's really beyond the actual barrier of the Grand Theft Auto 5 ocean that you can't typically explore. Now, as always, with these videos, there are two prerequisites here. Number one, if you want to do this yourself, you need to be on PC and you need to have a mod, which I will have linked in the description as well. It is a no boundary mod, and it is the only way in which we will be able to survive this, because very similarly to going out horizontally or up, when you go down into the depths of the ocean, you deal with another element that before you can reach anything that Rockstar maybe doesn't want you to see, it will ultimately kill you. You'll see in this video. And I can definitely tell you from doing this video that the results I experienced were definitely not what I expected here, which is obviously really cool when you go into something and, you know, there's a totally different but unique outcome. That's always really, really fun. I think it'll be fun before this video starts. Let me know in the comment section down below what your prediction is going to be for what happens, because like I said, it's pretty crazy and it's pretty spooky as well. We're getting close to Halloween, and the ocean's always kind of freaked me out a little bit. So doing this video was a little bit intense, but I definitely had a good time making it as well. So the first thing I tried to do here was go out way far into the ocean and then end up spawning something along the lines of a kraken or a submarine. But by that point, I had already gone out too far, and by trying to use my mod menu, I wasn't able to get a vehicle to spawn. So right then and there, I was like, it looks like Rockstar already has some safeguards from trying to prevent us from going out that far into the ocean. So I thought, okay, no big deal. What I'll just do is go back to shore. I'll spawn in a kraken from there, and then I'll simply teleport myself out to the farthest possible waypoint. Now, what's very interesting about this kraken is, like the Hydra from yesterday, I've actually got, the max amount of vehicle modifications and acceleration on here, way more than you could naturally put on the vehicle itself. Obviously, it's a Kraken. You can't take it to like the submarine custom shop, but what I can do with a mod menu is give it some pretty incredible speed. So what this allowed me to do is dive the depths of the ocean almost as quickly as I possibly could. You can see basically I'm just tumbling over myself right now, and what that's allowing me to do is basically go to the bottom part of the ocean as quickly as one can do. And obviously you're going to see in a second here that it's going to start to get pretty creepy and pretty crazy as we approach the 200, 300, nearly 400 feet mark of actually getting into the depths of this ocean. Now, around the 500-foot mark, you're going to see a warning that should pop on your screen that says, "Warning, you are approaching crush depth." Now, if you had a normal vehicle here, this is where they would start to kill you. This is when the pressure of the ocean would kill you in the game. If you didn't have one of these boundary mods, you didn't have unlimited health mod, and you didn't have a vehicle modification mod either. So we're about to reach that crushing depth, and then finally we get the alert message that catastrophic hull damage has occurred. Now, if this happened to you in game, this is when Rockstar would kill you, you would be sent to the hospital, and you wouldn't be able to experience anything more than that. And as you can see right now, it is very creepy. My submarine has completely collapsed, and we seem to be sinking, going further and further. But what's very interesting is on the minimap, you can see that we are 0 feet to the bottom. So what's actually happening right now is an optical illusion. We are not going deeper and deeper, as you can kind of see right here, but instead what we're doing is we're almost frozen in limbo, and we can't move at all. So what I actually did was try to repair my submarine just to see if it would give me a different effect, and we just started spinning over and over and over again, and it looks like we're falling. If you go to this camera angle where you look upwards towards the surface, it does look like you're getting deeper, but you can see we are still 0.16 miles from the surface at all times and 0 feet from the bottom. So what does that mean? Is there an actual bottom to the Grand Theft Auto 5 ocean? And the answer to that is no. It doesn't look like there is. There isn't an ocean floor when you go out to a certain depth. there's just nothing, which obviously is not realistic to what it's like in the world, because no matter how far out you go into the ocean, there will always be a point in time where you can reach the bottom. But in Rockstar's world, there is no bottom to the ocean. You'll just endlessly keep floating down. That's kind of the illusion they're trying to paint for you. And there is nothing. There is no life. There are no fish. There are no sharks. Nothing is out here. It is just complete darkness, which is so crazy and super scary as well. Now, I know what you guys might be saying right now. Wait a minute, Mr. Boss. We know there's a bottom to the ocean because if you swim, you can eventually get there. Well, that's the bottom of the ocean that Rockstar wants you to see. Well, it turns out there's another part of the ocean, and that's what we actually stumbled upon. So I wasn't done there, and I wanted to make this video a little bit more interesting. And what I actually did was install a no water mod. Now, we've done some videos and live streams on the no water mod before, and it's actually really, really fun. The stuff you can do and the stuff you can explore is pretty exciting. And as you can see right now, there is indeed a bottom to the ocean. However, that bottom of the ocean mysteriously stops. So the no water mod only has an impact, I guess, on the water that Rockstar wants you to visit, because as soon as we reach a certain depth, we're automatically transported back to the land. So it's almost like Rockstar's trying to prevent us from going out that far and is trying to prevent us from going there. I've tried this with a numerous set of vehicles here, and you can kind of see the divide between the water Rockstar wants us to experience and the water that they almost don't want us to experience. Because what's pretty crazy is if we kind of go into the part where the water is and the water isn't supposed to be, you'll see we're just taken into this limbo-like world where there's nothing but ocean. There's no nothing, there's no structures, there's no animals, there's absolutely nothing. And what's pretty crazy is even if we try this with something like a noclip mod, it gets even scarier. I know this might be really hard to see, but we're essentially just diving into the depths and the floor of the ocean here. And what we're experiencing is pretty crazy. Like I said, there really isn't anything out to see here. It's just pitch black darkness. And like I said, I even tried doing some pretty crazy stuff with this like ocean and this no water mod just to test some things out. Like I nose dove a hydra down into there to see what would happen. And the same thing seems to be occurring, is that it's teleporting me out. So Rockstar definitely wants to keep us out of this ocean. Again, I'm not sure if they just know it's going to be buggy or if they know it's going to be glitchy or whatnot, but they are totally keeping us out of the part of the ocean that typically we're not able to explore because we would experience the hull and the crush damage as well. So to kind of answer your question, what is at the very depths and the very bottom of the Grand Theft Auto 5 ocean? Well, unfortunately, there isn't really anything exciting. There's no sea monsters. There's no like hidden UFOs. Obviously, there is in the real game, like ones you can actually explore without this mod, but going past the barriers that you can't experience normally in game, Rockstar haven't really put anything. There's no camera angle that cuts you off. There's no nothing. You just simply spin over and over and over again in limbo. It's kind of like Rockstar have trapped you there. Now, I didn't try getting out because I figured that would have just taken me a long time to get to the surface, and considering we weren't dropping down any deeper, I kind of knew how far we had gone. But it's also pretty crazy that it's just nothing. It's pitch black nothingness. Like I said, no sea monsters, no UFOs, no nothing. But it's so strange because unlike the other things we've seen, there seems to be a difference with the ocean. When we were moving out horizontally, the sky didn't just drop off or change. It was there. When we were moving up, the sky didn't really change either. Just the clouds looked different. But with the ocean, this one by far was the most mysterious, place that we've journeyed to, because it almost seems as if it's two different dimensions, one with life and one with things at the bottom, and then one that's just completely cut off and completely doesn't exist, which is really, really crazy to me. Like I said, this is one of those experiences that I've just recommend you've got to almost do on your own, because it's really hard to describe what's going on here. Now, what's also super weird is the noises you can hear. I'm not so sure you'd be able to hear them perfectly in this video, but there was a lot of weird clicking noises and just like weird, mysterious sounds. I don't know if that was coming from my submarine. I don't know if that was coming from like the no water mod or the, anything I was doing that was glitching or breaking the game whatsoever, but it was a very, very weird experience nonetheless. And you can kind of see what I'm doing right now, which is just like flying around with a Hydra, and it really does give you that weird perspective of where the ocean is supposed to be and where we ventured to, which is obviously somewhere where we weren't supposed to be. And really for the finale, I just dove the Hydra straight into the ocean. For whatever reason, I really wanted to see what would happen, and the same effect happens there. You really just start sinking towards the bottom of the ocean, and there is no end in sight for you. Once you get towards that depth, you are pretty much a goner and are pretty much going to be sinking for a very, very long time. So hopefully that answers your question. We've really covered all three fronts now. We've gone horizontally, we've gone to the sky, we've gone to the depths of the ocean. There really isn't any other place we could test in online, but if you happen to think of something, be sure to let me know in the comments section down below. If you learned a new thing from this video or found it enjoyable or helpful in any way, be sure to leave a like rating. That would be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.